Good, happy Sunday morning, March 24, 2019. I'm Riley King, and welcome to the Riley King Newscast, right here on the Riley King Network. Let's begin. First up, Boston Marathon bombing survivor Jim goers raise money for 50 legs. Nonprofit helps people pay for prosthetics. Gym goers in Nashua on Saturday were pushing sleds and doing squats and push-ups, but it was anything but a normal workout. His facility once again hosted charity workouts to benefit 50 legs. It raises money to make it possible for people to get prosthetics who may otherwise not be able to afford them. More than 300 people sweated it out, bringing in donations, but also giving something else. For Corn, it's personal. The group updated her prosthetics, which gave her more mobility after she lost her legs in the bombing. On days when the pain feels like too much, she said she uses the inspiration of these gym goers. Organizers say Saturday's event raised at least $8,000. Very cool indeed. Patriots owner Robert Kraft issues apology in first public statement since facing sex charges. Let's take a listen to the video from WMUR News 9.
Join us for great spring savings at Court Buick GMC in Manchester. Lease the new 2019 GMC Sierra 1500 Limited double cab for just $279 a month. Court saves you up to $13,000.
Court works to save you money. Court works for you.
GMC, we are professional grade.
Meantime, New England Patriots owner Robert Kraft is apologizing tonight as he continues to face prostitution charges. Good evening. Thanks for joining us. I'm Charisse LeClaire. Kraft released a statement that read in part, quote, "I am truly sorry. I know I have hurt and disappointed my family, my close friends, my coworkers, our fans, and many others who rightfully hold me to a higher standard." Now, those comments come just one day after Kraft's attorney released a statement calling on Florida's state attorney to investigate how the evidence was obtained. Kraft is accused of paying for illicit sex at a massage parlor in Jupiter, which is now at the center of a sex trafficking investigation. Kraft's lawyer claims there was no trafficking. He is expected to reject a plea deal.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Recreational pot shop opens clues to Boston. Dispensary is closest to Boston, permitted for recreational sales. One of the first companies to sell recreational marijuana in Massachusetts has opened another location for recreational sales, and this one is the closest yet to the city of Boston. The Brookline location of New England Treatment Access opened for recreational sales at 9 a.m. Saturday. The facility, located at 160 Washington Street near Brookline Village MBTA station, had been operating strictly as a medical marijuana dispensary. Customers were encouraged to use public transportation to across the location. There will be no parking on site for the first week. Officials used the 13-spot lot for the long lines of customers anticipated. 50 Brookline officers were stationed around the store to direct traffic. Brookline police said they found limited disruption to the area. In November, Northampton Mayor David Narthwick made the symbolic first purchase when marijuana sales begun in his city at NETA's dispensary on Cons Street. That sale was one of two semi-matic transactions that kicked off the industry in Massachusetts. This is the 13th dispensary to open for recreational sales in Massachusetts. Manchester police search for 3 jewelry store robbers. Let's take a look at the video from WMUR News 9.
Join us for great spring savings at Quirk Chevrolet in Manchester. Lease the all-new 2019 Chevy Silverado 1500 Crew Cab just $285 a month. Quirk saves you up to $9,000. Chevrolet, find new roads.
This morning, police are searching for these 3 suspects accused of robbing the Jared Galleria of Jewelry. Officers were called to the South Willow Street location shortly before 8:30 last night. Authorities say the 3 suspects were armed and got away with merchandise. Anyone with information should contact Manchester Police.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. New Hampshire, Cullenbrocher, and Gabbard urge public releases of Mueller report. Let's take a listen to the video from WMUR News 9, Siobhan Lopez.
GMI Asphalt is currently accepting job applications to join our team. We have an aggressive pay scale. Health insurance benefits. Both men and women are urged to contact the office of GMI Asphalt or visit us on the web at gmiasphalt.com.
I think we need a president that thinks smart.
In Rye, Minnesota Senator Amy Klobuchar answers questions about gun laws, separation of power, and several on immigration, one from a husband and father of 2 who has lived in the U.S. and paid taxes for more than a decade and is now awaiting an answer on his green card renewal.
It could be yes, it could be no. If it's a no, I need to leave, pack my bags and leave the country immediately.
We have worked very hard, of course, to pass the DREAM Act, to change that. But we need to go beyond that.
Also in the Granite State this weekend, Hawaii Congresswoman Tulsi Gabbard was hosted by the New Hampshire Youth Movement here in Durham.
We have to recognize the power that we have in our own hands.
Gabbard spoke about how her experience as an Army National Guard soldier has shaped her outlook on foreign policy.
And take the trillions of dollars that we're spending on these wars and these weapons that make us less safe, and use those dollars to serve the very real and urgent needs that our people have right here in our communities.
Both candidates speaking about the importance of releasing the Mueller report for transparency and accountability.
It's important to make sure that this full report is released so that the American people can read what the contents are.
But it is also about knowing what happened, what the scheme was, so we're in a better place to prepare for the 2020 elections.
These Democrats plan to keep New Hampshire a priority on the campaign trail.
I have learned a lot from my friends Maggie and Jean, and I think they'll be good people to listen to.
Really appreciating the opportunity to get across the state here and to meet voters, meet young people.
Siobhan Lopez, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Barr weighs how much of Trump-Russia report to release. Attorney General William Barr has secured Special Counsel Robert Mueller's confidential report on the Russia investigation with his advisor, decided how much Congress and the American public will get to see about the 2-year probe into President Donald Trump and Moscow efforts to elect him. And now let's take a look at events that are happening today in New Hampshire. Charming Fair Farm, Maple Express, 10:30 a.m. in Candia, New Hampshire. Patterns in the Woods, works by the New Hampshire Furniture Masters, 8:30 a.m. in Concord, New Hampshire. Maple Weekend 2019 at 10 o'clock a.m. in Tamworth, New Hampshire. Maple Weekend at Fuller's Sugar House at 10 o'clock a.m. in Jefferson, New Hampshire. Poynton Theatre presents Public Display by Motion by Peter at 2 p.m. in Portsmouth, New Hampshire. AR and Away Yet Near, a musical celebration of diversity, 3 p.m. in Wilton, New Hampshire. Volunteer Trail Workday, 9 o'clock a.m. in Holderness, New Hampshire. Maple Sugar Weekend, 10 o'clock a.m. in Warner, New Hampshire. New England Colonial Trade and Craft Fair, 9 o'clock a.m. in Portsmouth, New Hampshire. Maple Weekend Pancake Breakfast and Lunch, Journeys and Maple Farm, 8 o'clock a.m. Milford Antiques Show, Hampshire Hills Athletic Club, 8:30 a.m. Volunteer Trail Workday, 9 o'clock a.m. in Squam Lake Association. New England Colonial Trade and Craft Fair at Costco Breweries at 9 o'clock a.m. Maple Sugar Weekend, Mount Kearsarge Indian Museum at 10 o'clock a.m. New Hampshire Maple Month, 24th New Hampshire Maple Weekend at 10 o'clock a.m. across various New Hampshire sugar houses. Ethnic Boot Camp for Children, Residence Inn by the Marriott Boston Concord at 10 o'clock a.m. And Free Kids Activity, Mount Kearsarge Indian Museum at 10 o'clock a.m. And also today's the last day of the Made in New Hampshire Expo, and it runs from 10 a.m. until 4 p.m. today, so go on and check it out. the final day of the Made in New Hampshire Expo at the Doubletree Hotel in Manchester, New Hampshire. Plastow woman auditions on American Idol, receives golden ticket. Let's listen to this video from WMUR News 9, Tim Callery.
At Beltates, customers will find everything they need for a building project. The brand names you trust to perform. And with a fleet of over 50 delivery vehicles, we deliver when and where our customers need them. Beltates Building Products. 9 locations throughout New Hampshire and Massachusetts.
And I look for the light through the pouring rain.
Music has always been a big part of Amanda Snow's life. The 19-year-old can sing, play the guitar, and the piano.
In middle school, I started taking voice lessons and guitar lessons.
But she never thought her talent would take her to the bright lights of Tinseltown. That is, until she decided to try out for American Idol.
For years, my family's been like, oh, you should try out, but we never really did anything. And then we found out they were coming to Buffalo, New York, and then my mom and I were just like, let's do it.
That decision would eventually put Amanda right in front of some of music's biggest names, showing off her skills in an audition with show judges Lionel Richie, Katy Perry, and Luke Bryan.
That was the most frightening moment of my whole life, and it didn't even seem real.
But after it was done, Amanda was given the coveted golden ticket.
That was crazy. I did not know how to react at all.
And all of a sudden she held up the golden ticket, and I don't believe it. I think I cried and said ridiculous things. I don't know.
In December, Amanda headed west for the show's Hollywood Week auditions.
I was way more nervous because you sing in front of the contestants this time too, and before it was just the judges, so yeah, I was absolutely terrified.
But overall, Amanda says it's been a journey of a lifetime.
I didn't think I'd get past the open call, so it's all just been like taking it one step at a time and getting further, seeing where it goes.
In Plastow, I'm Tim Callery, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. And Hollywood Week starts tonight on American Idol, Sunday and Monday night. So watch it on ABC Network at 8 p.m. And here's a look at the Powerball numbers from last night's drawing. Check your tickets, and jackpot 1 rollover. So that means the next drawing will be on Wednesday night. And here's the estimated jackpot now, and here is the cash value. And also Mega Millions drawing is Tuesday night, and here's the estimated jackpot, and here's the cash value. And that does it for this Sunday morning edition of the Riley King Newscast. I hope you all enjoyed this edition of the Riley King Newscast, and I'll see you back here later on today for another newscast. And I'll have a news report coming up in a little bit. Goodbye, everyone.